What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning back in with your girl. And if you're new, I'm glad I caught you on this fine Friday. Today is, I don't want to say Freaky Friday, Fun's Friday. Something, I don't know, like Fidelity Friday. Shout out to Fidelity. This is not sponsored. But shout out to Fidelity. Shout out to everybody getting that money, not just on Fridays, but most importantly on Fridays. This is the Anytime Anywhere podcast where you're liable to hear anything at any time. If I have not already said that, I'm your host, Jaleesa Lee, whatever you may know me as. Just don't call me out my name, y'all. Speaking of it being Friday, I'm in traffic. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, damn, it's Friday. I got some coins. I got money to blow. Getting it in. Letting these bills fall over your skin. Like, I got a little extra coins. And I'm just trying to figure out what it is that I want to do this weekend. Like, being enlightened and being on your spiritual journey and the journey of growth. And I know many of you probably heard so many people say this time and time again as of recent, because more people are becoming more aware of what it is that they're meant to do in this lifetime. This truck is so disrespectful. This is the Anytime Anywhere podcast, but damn, like, so a lot of people are coming to remembering on a spiritual level what it is that they're meant to do, and that means cutting off a lot of karmic relationships, habits, just ways of being, and rising above all the bullshit. Basically, it can sound cliche, but it really is a collective thing, and there's an abundance of people doing the work, and I'm so glad and I'm so grateful to be a part of that, first and foremost, because in human form, I'm like, I didn't choose this life chose me. But then when you dig a little deeper, you realize, or you come to the realization and the teachings that no, like, I did choose this. I did choose to come back and do this shit over again and get my act together and find out the things that I'm finding out and uncover the things that I'm uncovering. But so much to say, like I was mentioning earlier, this shit is not for the faint of heart. Like, it's been so many times where I'm like, oh, I can't do shadow work. I can't do this shit. Like, what? Why me? Why did I choose this? Why? Like, why? Why here? Why now? Why this lifetime? But outside of it being challenging, which is good, like, you need challenge, you need growth. Sometimes you need to be stuck in between a rock and a hard place to turn yourself into that diamond. You know what I'm saying? Like, pressure makes diamonds. However, it's Friday. I'm young, tender, like, look good, smell good, know how to. I don't want to say the other part, but if any of y'all caught I Love New York when it was on it, drop that little red monster looking thing in the comments below if y'all know what I'm talking about, that emoji. Drop that emoji, that red monster looking emoji, in the comments for it. It was funny as hell off of I Love New York. All his auditions, and only those who know, when he was auditioning, it was like, why you feel like you should, mind you, he's from New York. New York dude sent me, I had a whirly twirl with New York guys for a hot minute. Like, it was nothing like a hot ass New York bull. But speaking of shadow work and self-growth and not being of the world and releasing karmic relationships, oh my gosh. I had a crazy karmic relationship with a New York guy. They had me by the throat. Literally and figuratively. But not on no domestics though. But I gotta do a story time on that one day. Like, it was nothing like a New York bull for me. Being an up north girl with a down south spirit, a New York bull, like, oh my gosh. Anyway, focus. It During his auditions for I Love New York, they was asking him why do you feel like New York would pick you? And he was like, you know what I mean? Because I look good, I smell real good, I know how to have sex real good. Like, that shit used to send me every time when I saw that tape. But anyways, like, yeah, I'm young, I want to have fun, although I've like shed a lot of old karmic relationships, and that's not just romantical relationships, if that's even a damn word. Friendships, like, once I realized who I was, or returned back to who I knew myself to be, and stopped doing a lot of things, or just stopped looking at life a certain way, and realized a lot of the people that I was in relation with was based off survival. When I turned around, I had nobody left. I didn't have a large group to begin with. That's just always been me. Like, I've always been very much to myself. Who I am, I've always been true to my core. I've always been very much to myself. I never kept a large group of people around because for some reason, people just always found a reason not to take to me. 77, even though it is 77, but 77 on the back of this license plate. Now I know it was always because of my light. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to hear a lot of people who are quote unquote chosen, or a lot of people who have done a lot of shadow work and realize why they were in certain karmic relationships, and why they were even born to the families that they were born into, and the realm and the paths that they were born into. A lot of people notice your light before you do. I'm just out here like, hey, y'all, like, yeah, I want to have a good time. You know, I'm the type of person, if I got it, you got it. If I can do it, you can do it. But not everybody sees you like that. So, long story short, the little bit of people that I did have in my life and that I did allow in during different points of my growth, I had to let them go. Like, if I wanted to go on any further and really get closer to the Most High and myself, I had to let them go. Like, after a while, it just didn't make sense. And not every relationship ended poorly. It was just a mutual agreement. Like, yeah, this is not clicking. 66 on the back of this license plate. Like, yeah, it's just not making sense. How rude. I'm over here doing podcasts and you want to be making noise. Like, rude as hell. But yeah, like, it's Friday night. People asking me about my weekend and what I'm getting into. Different strangers like, oh, you have anything interesting going on? I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't have anything planned, but hopefully something, falls out the sky real fun. Like, who am I doing it with? And I don't have a problem with going out by myself. I've been doing it more often lately. Like, I've always, if nothing else, I've always taken myself out to the movies. That's been me since my early 20s. Always took myself out to the movies, right? But when it comes to other shit, like going out dancing, going to have some wine, going to have a nice dinner, like, I've been taking myself out to dinner, out to lunch, out to brunch, different things like that, trying different restaurants in the city. And I'm trying to hold on, y'all, but it's a fucking drag. Like, are any of y'all in this space where you're getting to know yourself, you're on your journey? Some of you may be well versed when it comes to taking yourself out and going out by yourself. You take a nice little book to the bar and have some drinks and have some good food. Or you have your iPad or something that you can work on or take care of some business while you're out. I don't know about reading a book at the bar. I said I was going to try that one day soon. But just in general, like, if I want to go out and dance, I kind of don't want to go out by myself. Like, I want some girlfriends to go out with. I don't need them, but I would like them. Like, some people who are on the same vibe as me, the same frequency as me. All positive vibes, good fun. I don't know. Like, where I'm from, I've done my fair share of trying to immerse myself in the quote unquote conscious community in my city. And this is not for everybody, because a lot of times we speak in totality, and I don't mean everybody in the conscious community in my city. Of course not. I don't know everybody there is to know. This road is disrespectful. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I don't know everybody where I'm from, but a large group of people in the, like I said, quote unquote conscious community really still be on bullshit. Like, is it just me and where I'm from, or do y'all experience that also? Let me know. Like, drop. I don't know. Drop some chaotic spiritual emojis in the comments. Share your story, please, because I feel like it's just where I'm from, and I know it's not just where I'm from, but I can only focus on where I'm from and where I am currently. Yeah, a lot of these people still be weird. It's still very cliquish. It's still very pick me in the conscious community. Like, they'll be all buddy buddy and love and light on the internet, but once they say link and you link them, shit be weird. Like, I got a story time that I'll tell later, and probably in like my dating playlist of podcasts, because I have some story times, of course, about dating. Um, but yeah, like, it's just been, I have stories about dating when I wasn't as enlightened and I wasn't on my journey. I have stories when I first started out on my journey, and I have some recent, funny enough, I have some recent dating stories, because I tried to dip my pinky toe into dating now that I'm more self-aware, now that I'm more certain and sure about my path in life, and just intuitively all around. It's comical out here, y'all. Like, I'm not even gonna say it's piss in the dating pool, because I was really like, recently, me dating recently, I was really just seeing like, okay, what's the vibes? Like, I wasn't really trying to take anything serious. I was more so, if not for nothing, I was putting my boundaries to use. Like, seeing how I was going to stand on my boundaries with different guys. Like, yo, I had a whole starting basketball team. Like, got them all in one week, dropped them all the next week. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, like, I just be wanting to go out. I be looking around like, damn, it's Friday. I'm making something shake. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting some plans together to do by myself, of course, because I have no friends currently. I have associates. I don't have any friends. And the associates that I have, a lot of them, they have families, and we're not really in this stage of going out. Now, I could speak up. I could come up on my body and speak up and say, hey, maybe we should go out or whatever, but it will feel forced, because many of the associates that I have are low key, kind of still from past life relations. Like, we relate on past life things. And when I say past life, like this lifetime, but how I used to get down, the things that used to satisfy me and used to intrigue me. We related on those types of things. I'm still who I've always been. However, a lot about me has changed to where after a while, I feel like I have to keep up a facade in order for me to go out with those associates. So it's just like, I'd rather not play in people's energy like that. Be respectful. I still support all those people and still cheer them on and wish them well. But just when it comes to hanging out and talking about certain things, like, it's just not there. And I've been working on not taking myself super, super serious, because when I first started out on my journey, it was like, oh, you gotta be like this, and you gotta do that, and you gotta do this, and you gotta do that. And if you ain't on that, then we can't cook. And if you ain't done this work and you ain't done that, then we can't cook. And if you don't believe in this, it's just not gonna work. I had to, again, continue to learn more about myself, continue to integrate my light and my dark, because again, spirituality and being on a path of alignment with the Most High, it isn't just love and light. A lot of this shit is dark. Being part Scorpio, like, we love esoteric shit. We love dark stuff. We love to go in those deep dark places that other people won't go to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we love to touch on unknown shit. Like, tell me your secrets. Tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. I ain't gonna tell nobody, but tell me. I ain't gonna tell nobody but God. Like, tell me. I want to know what's the craziest shit you did. What's the freakiest shit you did? Like, we all got some shit. And I still love to see you come out on top. I still love to hear the lessons that you learned and how you became this great person, this light person, this cheerful person, although you experienced those deep, dark things, or you was a deep, dark shadow over somebody else's life and caused them hell, and you learned your lesson and you repented and asked for forgiveness, and now you fucking lead your church. I don't know, y'all. I'm just chatting, but I've been really trying hard, getting back on topic. I've been trying my hardest, and doing pretty well with just accepting where I am currently in life, not getting down about not having friends around. I know all those things will come, when they're meant to come. A lot of the times on this journey, you gotta walk it alone, and it should be a drag sometimes. Not even gonna lie, it should be a drag, but it's calling. I know it's calling for me to continue to tap in with myself, learn about all the things that Lee likes, what Lee doesn't, what Drew likes, what Drew doesn't, what Jaleesa really enjoys, what brings Jaleesa pleasure, you know what I'm saying, and what doesn't. Because once the financial abundance comes in, once the friend group comes in, once the divine partner comes in, and I'm able to create my own tribe and my own family, not to say that I won't have time to myself, because that is a non-negotiable. Knowing who I am and what I like, that's one thing that's a non-negotiable. Me putting myself on the back burner. I've done that all my life. You know what I'm saying? I put everybody before me, so that's a non-negotiable. I'm going to always come first, and I'm always going to make time and room for me more often than not. However, I know when those other things come in, it's going to look totally different. So I'm learning to be grateful for this time that I have alone, for this time that I have to really just tend to myself and be of and to myself. Because once all of that comes, there's no turning back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just learning to be grateful and learning how to spend time by myself. But yeah, let me know in the comments where you are on your journey. If you can relate to anything I said about, being on your spiritual journey and just shedding everything. Like, you might have shed a diet, a certain lifestyle, people, places, or things. Like, I'm gonna make some moves, and then I'm gonna come back and tell y'all how my weekend was. Today is August 1st. I can't believe how fast the fucking summertime went, y'all. Like, I did a lot this summer, and there's also a lot that I thought I was going to do that I didn't get to touch on. However, my birthday is in November, and I haven't been anywhere warm for my birthday yet, so I'm kind of plotting on my birthday plans now, because I only have a few more months left. So yeah, who knows? But what I do know is the more that I go out on my own, and the more I curate my sceneries and the places that I frequent, the more likely it is that I'll meet people that are more aligned with where I am right now. And who's to say I may not be in the same space next week or next month? I may have elevated, or just pivoted on a different path than from what I am right now currently, and shit will change. So yeah, y'all, if that's you and you're currently in that space, I'm gonna tell you to hold on, sister, hold on, brother. You know what I'm saying? stick it out. I know it's tough. I know it can feel lonely at times, but we got this, y'all. Like, everything for our highest good is coming in. We just gotta hold on and continue to learn ourselves and continue to be grateful and continue to be in alignment with the Most High. I know this episode was probably a little shaky and a little loud, but hopefully y'all heard me, and something within this conversation and this message resonated with you. And if you're somebody who's already kind of past the hump of feeling dread at times because you got to go out by yourself, or you really don't have anybody you can pick up the phone and call and be like, yo, we out. Like, I miss those times. Like, I've deleted a lot of people from my phone just so I won't carry their energy and hold their energy, whether it's good thoughts or bad thoughts that may come up. I just want to release those people. But there's some moments where I look back on photos and videos of myself and I can remember, or I can hear in the background who was there. And I'm like, damn, I miss that person so much. Like, we used to have so much fucking fun. Like, yo, let me know if you're somebody who's gotten over the hump and you're in a space where you're like, listen, you can tell other people in the comments, stick it out. And me too. Tell me too. Stick it out. Like, it gets greater later. But this has been another episode of the Anytime Anywhere podcast. Don't forget to like and comment, y'all. And even subscribe. Let me know, how y'all feeling, where y'all are in y'all journey. And if you want to hear more conversations surrounded around this topic. But again, I'm your host. And if you don't do anything else outside of liking and commenting, be sure to love yourself always and always. And I'll catch you in the next video. I don't know, but just make sure you meet me back here and don't be late. Bye. Mwah.